Hello, thank you for joining us today. My name is Thomas. I joined Odoo 4 years ago as product owner for the inventory, purchase, barcode and shipping connectors apps. And I'm super happy to show the new stuff that we did for inventory in this version 18. While preparing this presentation, I had a big question mark. Is 40 minutes enough to show everything that we did in inventory 18 this year? Well, I will have to focus on the important things, because the logistics team has been super prolific this year. We have a ton of cool new stuff to show, and I'm sure that after this presentation you will be very excited to run on our latest version. So our new features are designed to make the work easier and more efficient. And globally, our apps are made to streamline operations, reduce errors, and ultimately drive the business forward. But before diving into the new features, I would like to say something about feedbacks. Please continue to give us feedbacks. It helps us to make the features of tomorrow, and it's pure gold for us. Even if your dream feature was not implemented yet, don't hesitate to push more. Your day will come eventually, and maybe today. So let's start. So the most important thing that we did this year in inventory is about the routes. We love when everything goes like planned. But sometimes in the supply chain, some stuff happens, like a damaged product that needs reconditioning, or need an extra quality check, or a receipt that is delayed or uncertain, or a customer that wants to be delivered in different places, or a product that is not available in a warehouse and could be delivered from somewhere else. So just like roads, just like real roads, there are traffic jams, roadworks, weather conditions that makes you divert from your original route, and you have to adapt. And it's the same in the supply chain. So let's see what we did with these routes. First, we introduced new standard routes, so the multi-step routes, using mostly push rules. Traditionally, we used mostly pull rules. And pull rules are nice, but everything is created from the start, and it's difficult to change that. Then we added even domain on push rules, which is super cool. It was possible to have a limitation of the route based on the product category, the shipping, the carrier or the package, whatever. But now with the domain on the rules, we enter a new dimensions. And then we improved the make to order. It's now possible to make a make to order and make to stock. I explain. Imagine you have 2 units in your stock and you receive a sale order of 5 units. It's possible to deliver the 2 from the stock and create an MTO order for the 3 remaining. That was not possible in the past. But now we can also create more strict rules as well. That creates actually no transfer at all once you validate the sales order. I will explain later. So let's start with our traditional 3 steps reception route. Usually it goes from the vendor, and then we have a receipt in the input, and then a quality assurance transfer to the quality location, and then a store in the stock. If you create a purchase order, everything will happen in that order. But most of the time, you use the replenishment. And the replenishment actually works backwards. So it creates a need in the stock that triggers a rule, a pull rule that creates a store operation. And the store operation creates a need in the quality location, that triggers another pull rule that creates the quality assurance transfer. And that creates a need in the input. And ultimately, there is a buy route that is triggered, and the PO is generated. And once you validate it, you have your receipt. So we go backwards and then forward, and everything is created at the time you hit the replenish button. So you cannot divert from that. If you want to do an extra step or a step less, you can't, because you will have problems, for sure. Or at least you will have some transfers that are staying in the limbs forever. Now what we do is that I have a need, and I just create a buy rule that goes directly, create the purchase order. Once this purchase order is created, at that moment I already have flexibility. I can say, okay, I want to receive in this warehouse, or I want to receive in this warehouse. But let's say I confirm the PO, traditionally I create my receipt. And at that moment, only my receipt is created. So I did the replenish, I confirmed the PO, but still only the receipt is created. It's only at the validation of the receipt that the next transfer is created, and the next transfer, once you validate it, there is another push rules that create the store transfer. But if I change the destination of the receipt, the system will adapt. If I move it, if I receive directly in quality, for instance, then I will just have the store transfer. And let's go further with the MTO. I like this new way of doing MTO. Let's assume a very long MTO, route. So we start from the customer, creates a sales order, and then a delivery is created, and then a pack, and then a pick, and a store, a QA, and a PO, all in one. Once you validate the sales order, everything is created in advance. But sometimes that's not what you want. So let's see what we can do. We can do that. I validate my sale order, no transfer created yet. I just created my purchase order. And from that, I can say, no, I don't want to receive in my stock. I want to dropship the customer. It's faster. But if I want, I can receive normally, and then do my quality assurance transfer, but send it, yeah, well, let's keep the quality. I just transfer it to the output location, and then my delivery is made. So I can skip the store operation, because I don't need to store something in my stock, because it needs to go to my customer. So basically, I'm doing a cross-dock operation on the fly. So either for the guys who like pull rules, don't panic. You can still do it. It still exists. But our standard routes, the one that you can select from the warehouse, they are now working this way, both for the purchase and for the delivery. So ultimately, if you prefer the pull and push, it's ideal in any scenario because it's super flexible and you don't have any transfer that will take room in your database for nothing because they cannot be done yet. But if you prefer, you can continue pull only, which is sometimes better if you prefer to have a global overview on all your operations. The ones that you can do and the ones that you will have to do once these ones will be done. So let's have a demo about that. So here I am in my database. Let's do a purchase. So the first case I illustrated. So I will create a new purchase from wood corner. I will order a pedal bin. Let's order 4. Okay, I confirm the order. And then I just have the receipt. Nothing more is created than that. In the past, even in push, they were created beforehand. Now they are created dynamically. So When I validate the transfer, I have this new next transfer button, which is very handy because it says what happens next. If I have only one transfer after, it will open it directly. Otherwise, it will show all the different transfer because sometimes could be a different operation type depending the product. So I can do the next transfer. I validate. Next transfer is created, and then ultimately I store it in my stock. Okay, that was cool. But let's imagine that now I do my MTO stuff. So I will create a sale order this time. New to Azure. MTO. I created MTO product. And then I will even order 4 as well. And I confirm. You see, at that time, no transfer created. Only a purchase. At that time, I can still decide I want to dropship or I want to receive. Well, let's say I receive. Confirm my order, and I have my receipt. If I come back to my sale order, I can see this receipt already. It's there. Okay? So, validate my receipt. And then there is the next transfer. And if I want, I can say, yeah, let's send it to output because I want to deliver fast. Then I validate. Next transfer is a delivery. So I just did a cross-dock operation very fast. And no other transfer in between has to be deleted or cancelled or whatsoever. So I validate. And then I can see in my sale order everything is correct. I have all my transfer that I did. The quantity delivered is 4, and my purchase, same thing. Everything is correct. So let's see a little bit behind the scene. Let's go in inventory. Well, you can see that in inventory we had changed a little bit the overview. It's now possible to have, so you can view all transfers that are late, that they are red. So you are yesterday, today is orange, and before yesterday is red as well. And then you can see the next one as well. And also, new thing is you can add transfer to your favorites, so you can see after only your favorite transfers. If you don't work in a warehouse, probably you want to select favorite only the ones from your warehouse. But let's go back to my configuration about routes. So let's see how the delivery in 3 steps works. So as I said, now it works. I have first a push rule, a pull rule. So it's the one triggering. So when I need something in the customer location, I create a pick from the stock, and that's it. Then when something arrives in the stock, so basically the pick, when something arrives in the packing zone, from the pick, a pack is created, and same thing for the output. But you maybe want to see my magic MTO route. My magic MTO route works like this. I just have a buy route that says when something is needed in customer, I buy it. It will create a receipt. And then I need a special rule to go through the stock. When something arrives to the stock, I have to say, okay, but send it to the customer. And then for this, I use this new field here, which is a domain on the rule. On a domain on the move. So in this case, I say if the move is linked to a sale order, then push it to the customer. So this is super cool. I can show other examples, but I don't know how much time I have, so I will prefer to continue. So next thing is about dispatching. It's sometimes difficult to assign the right truck to the right deliveries. And it could be a big challenge because you can have several trucks. So you need to manage your delivery fleet to assign the right orders to the right truck. Sometimes your warehouse has different docks, so you need to direct the right orders to the right dock and the right vehicle to the right dock as well. And also you need to order your delivery route, because if you have to deliver 5 customers, the first customer to visit has to be loaded in the truck at the last. Otherwise you have to pick up at the end of the truck, which is not very handy. So that's why we introduced all this thing. Let me show you how it works. So back in my database, if I go in my batch transfer, I prepared some batch transfers, and in my warehouse, I prepare them in my second warehouse. My second warehouse only work in 2 steps. There are picks and delivery orders. And I can see that in a batch, I can decide what is the dock that I want to use. So if I select a dock in my pick, the transfer will go in that dock. So we can see that here, as I selected the dock, everything should go in that dock. Okay. I can decide which vehicle I want. If I don't have my own fleet, I can say, okay, I don't care about the vehicle. Just have to select the type of vehicle I want. If I ask for it, a carrier, for instance, and then from the type of vehicle, I can see, okay, how much weight? Is it okay for the weight? Is it okay for the volume? Does it fit? Yes, it does. What I can do as well in a transfer is say, okay, I want to deliver this one first, then I can change the order manually. I can do that manually, but also when you add something in a batch, they are all ordered by postcode by default. I can see as well a map where on all the location I have to deliver. And from the batch transfer, I have this cool new Gantt view where I can group by, well, my favorite grouping is by operation type, dock, location, and vehicle category. So I can use this Gantt chart to plan all my batch very easily. I can move this batch on this date, for instance, and it will happen on that date. So this is a new cool feature as well. Next, back in my my demo. Next topic is about tracking. Lots and serial numbers really make products unique, and sometimes serials are more unique than others. And that's why we introduced the valuation by lots. It's a long-awaited feature. I think that since the moment I started working in Odoo, already people were asking for this feature, and we always said, no, it's not the time, it's not the time. But your day actually came today. And also, using the valuation, you can now make a revaluation on a single valuation layer, which is very cool as well for some cases. Next. Now, also, the lots are intercompany. That means that if you are doing intercompany transfers of lots, it stays the same lot. It's not copied anymore. So that means that the traceability report works intercompany. So if you activate the scope on all company and use the traceability report, you will see the traceability report across all company for a specific serial number. Also, we have this new cool feature as well. This is a package content report from Odoo. I don't know if we can see it very well, but I will show how it works after. And you see that there are two big QR code here. And actually it's a package content of one product with 30 different serial numbers. And those two QR code contains each one 15 or something QR codes. So you can scan them, only those big QR codes instead of scanning the 30 different ones. It's very handy for reception. And we did even more. So we improved this, the put-away rules. So if you don't like to create a put-away rule, if your warehouse has a specific location for each product, for instance, then you can have only one put-away rule. I will show after. Then it's possible to do automatic waves. Automatic waves help you to create wave transfer automatically based on either the location or the product category, or even the product if you want. So it can extract the products from specific location, for instance, from your transfer and create a separate transfer for it, and then it can be grouped with all the transfer coming from this location or going to this location. Then we improve the returns. It's now possible, Fabien showed the drinks distribution industry. And in this case, you had to return some empty boxes of beers. And for this case, we improved the return, so you can return a product that was not initially sent to the customer. And it's deducted from the sale order. So I sell beer and I receive empty box back. So in my return, I can say, okay, I just didn't receive any beer, but I just received empty box, and it will be added as a negative line in my sale order. It's now also possible to split transfers, which is often a requirement. Imagine that you have a customer in construction and he has several places where he works, but he makes a big order. And you say, yeah, deliver this product in this location and deliver this product in this location, etc., etc. In the past, you could only do that with separate sale order, but now you can split the delivery and say, okay, I will split it in as much as I want and change the delivery address. And then, yeah, we revamped the overview, but that I already showed. But let's make a small demo about, yeah, the valuation. So if I go in my valuation, I think I have one lot product that I created for that. And I can group now by lot serial and product. Do the opposite, product first and serial. So I can see that I have different layers per lot. Can work with serials, of course. And to have this result, I just have to add to check one box in the product form. Can I access the product from here? Yeah, maybe here. No. So there is only one box to check in the product page to value per lot. So you can have a product tracked by lot, but it can be valued by lot or valued normally. It's your choice. Also, it's possible with just one layer. I can now adjust the valuation. Let's say this is, let's say I do, yeah, -4, and then it will add an adjustment valuation layer for this specific layer. I can do it for one layer or for one group of layer. This thing I will show after, when I will show barcode. Yeah, about the put away rules. So Basically, that is the put away rule to rule them all. If you don't want to use put away rules, just use only this one. What it will do, it will just send the product where it was last stored. So if you made, let's say from scratch, an inventory adjustment and put all your products in the right location, when you receive this product, it go in the same location that it is already. This is very, very cool, because in the past, if you wanted to do that, you had to create rules for all your products. And also, this is even dynamic, because if you relocate your product, then the next receipt will go in the new location. Next thing is about operation types. If I want, I can know. No, this not on this operation type that I pick. This was on pick, yeah. Yeah. You see that we introduced in 16 the batch and wave transfer automated. It's now possible to have wave groupings. As I said, I can select the different locations where I want to group, and it will do one batch per one wave per location. I can show you an example. If I check here the waves, yeah, you see, and even the description is adapted to what you selected in your automated batch. So if you, it's valid for waves, valid for regular batch. So the description will be based on, here it's just a location, but could be location plus the carrier, for instance. So here I have everything from shelf 2, and you can see it also takes the children's, because I have something from small refrigerator here that is coming in that wave as well. And it concerns different transfers. It's from those transfers I create this wave picking all in shelf 2. Yeah, and you wanted so let's check delivery orders. Let's take delivery order here. Yeah, let's assume I want to split something. I can just say, yeah, I just want to deliver one now and the rest later. What I will do is just press split, and I can see that it's actually a back order, but without validating the first order. So this back order will be created like that, very easy. But I can split here, I can resplit it as much as I want. And I think that's all from the backend. So with all those new features in inventory, you might wonder, yeah, but that's so much. Is it really something new in Barcode? The answer is really easy. Yes, of course. And Barcode is more than ever the best tool to put in the hands of people working in a warehouse. So first we started with a new design. So Odoo was revamped last year, and the design of Barcode didn't evolve, but now it's brand new as well. And then it's easy to scan from the phone, which was a bit complicated in the past. It was more for demo purpose and was a bit clumsy, but now it works super good. And then we have an integration with a barcode lookup database, which allows you to create products on the fly using the Barcode app. Let me show you how it works. So for that, I will go in my next screen. So this is the new Barcode. from here you can see that we added this small thing. You can now scan a tracking number to have its details, so you can see if you have properties on serial numbers, it will open the properties for this lot. You also can see there is an install button on the top right corner, because now Barcode can be installed as a standalone portable web app. It's also possible, we revived the Android application, but I will explain why after. So you can see that my batch has disappeared. I will show you where they are. So in my second warehouse, I had some batches. You can see the batch and transfer are all in the same place, which makes more sense actually. I can see the batch, and for the batch I can also scan a transfer product or whatsoever to filter my batches, etc. So about new design, yeah, I showed that. Let's open a transfer. You can see the new design is very clear. We have access to the picture very easily, which is very handy when all products look the same. I can edit, not in this case because it's something I can do, but I can, the receipt for instance, here I can edit. Yeah, here I can edit because it's possible. So here you can see that the calculator has disappeared because it took too much place, and this design looks way better. Also you can see at the top for who is the transfer. Sometimes it's very handy, otherwise you add just a transfer name with no context. Now you can see directly the contact, which is also super cool. So let's see about this. So let's make a new receipt, and I will show you some stuff. So I come back with my package content, and I can see, let's assume crap. Yeah, there we go. I have my package content, and I can just directly scan. I have this bug again. Yeah, still unexplained, but normally if I scan it with this, and this doesn't work anymore. Okay, so let's assume it works, because my device not working anymore. I cannot scan with the scanner, probably because I activated this device there. But normally, yeah, that's weird. I managed. Ah, there it goes. You can see I just scanned one QR code, and I have actually 16 serial numbers that are registered. This is very cool stuff. And you can see with the camera, I can scan products here from my screen. Yeah, sometimes the focus is a bit complex, but well, fine. But and I don't know if why it doesn't work. But you also Fabien doing it with his phone was working very well. But I don't know, seriously. Yeah, whatever. And you can also scan products that doesn't exist in your database. And I was a bit distracted, and I forgot to take my extra product here, which was a book. Maybe, yeah. Thanks. So I can scan this book, for instance, which is not in my database. Yeah. Ah, I forgot to delete it. But actually, this book, during my preparation, was created using the barcode lookup database. So the image was charged automatically, and also the product description, the name, even the price was already set. Everything was set like that. Okay. So let's continue our presentation. Yeah. So I think I'm almost at the end. So I will go faster. So we have new settings as well. The first one is show quantity to count. Sometimes the warehouse workers are a bit lazy and they just see the number that is supposed to be in a location and say, yeah, it's okay, it's that number. But sometimes you don't want that. You want them to you want to force them to count. So you by disabling this checkbox, it will be shown like this actually. So they will just see question marks about the quantity to count. Also, you can decide if you prefer to count entire location or only by products. If you count an entire location, when you scan a location, so when you open the inventory count, if you scan a location, you will be assigned to count all the products that are in this location. But if you store a lot of products per location, sometimes it's not that you want, because probably you don't have the time to count all products, you just want to count one product. So you can activate or deactivate this box if you, depending of your way of working. And we have new display options, which is show reserved lots and serial numbers. So in most business, it's not very important to pick the reserved serial number. Imagine you have a box of 1,000 serial numbers, and they say the reserved serial number is 123. You will not check in the box to find this specific serial number. So we can allow to hide it, which is more convenient. Otherwise, you will have the ones that are reserved and the ones that you picked. Next thing is group batch line. If you do a batch of the same product for multiple orders, then you can group them. So if you have a line of 5 units of the products and a line of 3 units, then you will see one group line of 8 products. So it's easier to count it. And then we have allow extra products, which allows you, which can forbid to add an extra product in a picking, because sometimes it happens that people add stuff that is not supposed to be there, and sometimes you want to enforce that. So that's how group batch lines works. So you see for the different orders, each one has 180 and the other one has 1, and you have one group line like in the lots and serial numbers. Also, it's now possible to sign deliveries in Barcode. It was possible since a while in the backend, but it's very handy to have that in Barcode as well. If your driver is actually the people doing the delivery at the customer place, sometimes you might want him to sign the delivery or even the customer. And you might wonder, yeah, all that is super cool, but you've got any more features? Yeah, we have one very cool one. Let me show you. Yeah. So. So I will do an inventory count using this device. This device, you probably saw it yesterday, Fabien showed it. It's an RFID scanner, and I have some boxes containing some products. And you can see it scans super fast. I don't know how much I put them. Well, let's stop here. And I can have the count of all this in just few seconds. So this is a cool new feature. We already had a lot of questions about that, and I'm sure that in the future there will be further developments on this as well, because it helps to count an entire warehouse in just a couple of minutes. And actually, in terms of feature, that's all I wanted to show. So I really think that Odoo 18 brings inventory to the next level, and I'm sure and I expect that it's a real game changer for all of you, or at least for most of you. And before going to the question, I'd like to address a big thanks and a big bravo to the logistics team, who did an amazing job this year to deliver all those features. There's a lot.
So, can you hear me? Okay, perfect.
No.
So, thank you for the presentation, Thomas. It was a really interesting one, and I think indeed Odoo 18 is really packed with new features. And actually, we have a lot of questions, so I will try to go on to the main ones. We will for sure not cover everything, so I think it's best to meet you at the booth, at the inventory booth afterwards.
Yeah, indeed. Don't hesitate to come.
Yeah, or do you have a Ask Me Anything session as well, I think?
Yeah, I have an AMA this afternoon, yeah.
Okay. So let's get started. We have a few questions on the Barcode app, actually, on which you finished. Someone is asking whether there is a plan for a very simplified UI in the Barcode app for the forklift operators, only showing package identifiers and where to move them.
That's not planned, but that's a good feedback. We already have, I've seen a lot of companies when we visited them, they are using a tablet on top of their forklift, so they can have a clear overview on what they have to do. If you just create a specific operation for the forklifter, then I think it's already simplified, because if also if you are using packages, the transfer are package only. So I don't think there is way much to do, but if you have something very specific in mind, don't hesitate to come and expose it at the booth.
Perfect. Someone else is asking whether GS1 barcodes are readable by a smartphone.
Yes, indeed, they are readable by smartphones.
Okay. Someone else is saying it is now possible with the Barcode app to put products into different stock locations without having the package features enabled.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Perfect.
Yes, we improved the way to split the different lines. If you want to split a product to different locations, etc., it's now improved in 18 as well.
Okay. Someone else is asking whether the Barcode database for easy creation of new products require credits. I guess they are talking about in-app purchases.
I don't know the details about that yet, because it's a feature that is also, it was introduced by the POS team, and I don't have the details about that. I know that there are licenses indeed for that connection, but I don't know the financial terms yet.
Okay. And around also the product creation, the quick product creation here, someone is asking whether what is the source of information for the easy product creation from barcodes, from which barcode database the product is searched?
It's coming from barcodelookup.com. It's a barcode database that contains, I think, more than 1 billion and 300 million something. References with all pictures, etc. Even if you are in the food industry, contains the allergens, ingredients, etc. It has a lot of information, but this this search is triggered only if the product has a valid GTIN, so a barcode with 13 characters. So
okay. Yeah, here we have a smaller question. Is it possible to add a special note on a sales order a special packing operation so that it is visible in the Barcode app?
I think it is. I think we added that, but not sure it's merged yet.
To be checked then.
Yeah, to be checked. But I know we have a task for that. The note for the transfer. It's possible to have it already in the backend, but I think we added it in Barcode as well.
Okay. And maybe one final question on Barcode app, and then we'll move on to the others. Someone is asking, does the Barcode app warns if another warehouse user is already working on a transfer, especially if you have multi-users usage?
Actually, no. But there is a specific mechanism that if you open a transfer that is not done yet, and at the first moment you scan something, the transfer is assigned to you. So other user won't see it. They will see just the transfer that are not assigned or assigned to them.
Okay, so it's a pre-filter option here?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just indeed if two people open it at the same moment, exact moment, probably they will have issue. Yeah.
Okay. So moving on to the routes and the new mechanism that you showed with push-pull. Someone is asking, how are lead times, planned dates taken into account since the route is dynamic and will be created along the way?
Indeed, that's a problematic of the new routes, is that you have to forecast the good lead time from the beginning. So the pull or the buy has to have the correct lead time, and what happens in between is just up to you, basically.
Okay.
But if you prefer to have specific lead time for each operation, probably better to stay on the pull rules.
Okay, to switch back to the full pull mechanism.
Yeah.
Okay. In case of MTO, where no delivery are generated from my sale order, so it means that I can't see it in my forecasted stock.
You will see it as soon as you validate your purchase order, but whatever it does, it's not required in your forecasted stock because it's for your customer. So why do you need a forecasted stock for an MTO product?
And I guess anyway your operation goes into stock or comes out from stock.
Yeah.
So you'll always have the forecasted stock adjusted.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there a way to allow incoming receipt carriers to book a dock via the website and to have this info displayed in the receipt as well as on a planning view of all docks?
No, from a website certainly not.
Okay.
Maybe in the future, that's good feedback.
For the last used put away rule, what happens in the Barcode app the very first time we receive the product?
The very first time you receive the product, you will store it in a location that you decide. And after that, when you receive again the product, it will go in the same location.
Okay. With the new pull push, the delivery is not created immediately. Can we see anyway a sort of expected delivery date?
The expected, no, currently not. If you go in the pull push for the delivery, indeed you cannot do that. Mostly, if your operation lasts one day between the pick and the delivery, it doesn't matter that much actually, because then it's the scheduled date of the pick that counts.
That's clear. Is there a way to set a custom pick path for locations rather than going by an alphanumeric sequence? I guess here we're talking about the picking path that is based on the alphanumerical sequence.
I'm not sure about that. This is framework stuff. Framework stuff.
Okay. So to be checked, I guess.
To be checked, I guess.
With the technical team.
Yeah.
On the picking side, someone is asking, is it possible to automatically split a wave or a batch in two based on the packaging level? Full boxes in one wave, individual items in another?
Currently, the only way to do that is to use rules. You cannot do that using waves. Well, or manually, but not automatically.
So you need to pre-split it.
Yeah, you can to create a domain on the push to say, okay, if it's this packaging, then I send it to this location, and or I do this operation type. instead of the other, and then you can group by operation type if you want. So
Okay, so not yet foreseen on the waves or the batches at the moment.
no, no.
Yeah, maybe let's switch to the traceability questions. Someone is asking about the new setting show reserved lots serial number. Does it mean we have to scan only the product in such operation types, or do we still have to scan everything?
You need to scan the serials that you pick. That's all you have to scan. You don't care about the ones that are reserved.
Okay.
You just see the number of items that are required, and you have to scan all the serials, depending your operation type, because the operation type sometimes say that you don't care about serial numbers at this operation type.
Okay. Maybe moving on to the carriers, because we have a few questions onto
Okay.
that. Someone is asking whether is there a plan for auto attribution of the sending carrier transport product based on the cheapest option?
Not at this time.
Okay.
Actually, this part is now part of the
Sales.
the sales team. Yeah,
Okay. So to be
but I will be product owner of sales team, so maybe.
So this is a question that we need to transfer to you then.
Yeah.
Someone else is asking about the carriers. Lots of carriers require dimension or max length of shipped packages. Currently, Odoo does not allow to set product dimensions, only volume and weight. Are there any plans to include product dimensions as well in Odoo?
Well, product dimension is cool, but only when you have one product, because if you have several products, you never know the size of your pallet. Basically, you have to measure it. Or sometimes it's not even on a pallet, it's something that's extra size or smaller than a pallet. And Amazon, when they send you a phone, it lands in a box that is way bigger. So in the end, it's the size of the package that counts, not the size of the product. So I don't believe it's a good solution, because also a lot of people don't care about the size of the product. It's not a field that is filled a lot. But we added something in the shipping methods that now you can exclude some tags for some products, or must-have tags. So if you have a product that is chemical risk and need a specific shipping method, you can say, okay, if there is a product that has a tag dangerous, then I will propose only the appropriate carrier.
Okay. And plus you can select the right package on the carrier.
Indeed,
on the
as well.
size, yeah. And finally, on the carriers, is there a Gantt view that shows the orders instead of the batches?
Oh.
Yeah, I have to say
Yeah.
it's a bit confusing as a question, so let's move to another one. We had a few questions on inventory valuation, because you
I
showed
can expect that.
the inventory valuation by lot by serial number, which was long awaited. I'm
Yeah.
super happy about it, by the way. Someone is asking, how do we manage work in progress with the inventory?
Work in progress,
I
but
guess
the
it's more related to MRP.
it's
with
related
the WIP.
to MRP indeed. You have to ask to my colleague Mathieu, who is product owner for MRP. And basically, but from what I know, there is a new feature about work in progress, and it's basically posting an entry every day about the work in progress and reversing it the day next after. So.
Okay. Someone else is asking, can we have the average cost per lot or serial number?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So it's both FIFO and average
Yeah,
cost.
yeah.
Okay. Does Odoo handle price changes when the invoice amount is different than the amount we had on the receipt?
Yeah, it is. It does.
What happens when you make an inventory adjustment when using valuation by lots?
It will take the average price. Actually, there is a price that is on the product page, which is an average price of all the lots. And if you create a new lot, it will take the average price. But if you increase the quantity of one lot, obviously we'll take the valuation of that lot.
Because you are working specifically on that valuation layer,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. when will it be possible to group stock valuation by location?
Well, it took so much years to have valuation by lots. You can expect
Another
maybe
4 years?
another 4 years, maybe.
I hope it won't be that long.
No. But I think that there are more important stuff to do with valuation, like a correct valuation by branch, for instance, because currently
But
it's
you
not.
could somehow already do a
Yeah, but
a
I
report
think
on-
it's not
on
legally
locations.
correct to know. So, but
No, but you
whatever.
could cross the information
yeah,
between your stock and the inventory valuation layers and already
Yeah.
retrieve more or less the value, right?
indeed.
I think these were most of the questions. I see one also. Maybe I will stop because there is the next. Oh yeah, 1 minute. Okay, let's go for 1 minute. Someone is asking about packages. Is it possible to have hierarchical package data model? For instance, a box with an SSCC on a pallet with its own SSCC.
No. It's not possible yet. It's part of the big feature that we might add in the future. That's all I can say for that.
Okay.
Because it's indeed a recurrent feedback, and recurrent feedbacks end to happen at some time, but we never know when.
Okay. Then I'm moving on to the congratulations section. Someone is saying that you are wonderful, Thomas,
Oh,
and some people are saying that they really thank you. They are really useful features, the TMS, the valuation by lot, and the nested packages. So congrats indeed for all the work for this year, and I think we can wrap up on that.
yeah, thank you.